Hi, it's Rachel Klaver, and this is a next episode of Marketers I Love, where I just basically collect all the people on the internet that I think are super cool, doing super cool things in marketing, and make them subject themselves to having 15 minutes or 10 minutes with me talking about marketing. So today I've got someone who is really amazing. She's now freaking out that I've said that, but her name is Leah. Hi, Leah.
Hi.
So you can tell she's really enthusiastic about this. And she's got a business called Little Biz Online. And the reason I chose Leah to talk to is a couple of my clients have used her to design their websites. And I reckon that Leah's approach to website design, particularly for e-commerce, is one of the most beautiful, effective, user-friendly approaches that I've seen for WordPress WooCommerce sites. And I know she's probably deeply embarrassed by that. But the thing is, they are, and they're great value. I've just told her to put her prices up, so you better get them quick if you want a website from her. But I really wanted to talk to Leah about what she thinks is great, because I'll tell you, Leah, I think the thing that really impresses me with your websites, because I've seen in the back end of your websites too, like I've been able to go in the back, is that unlike most people who are doing design or development, you manage to marry those two really well. So it's got a highly functional site, but it looks pretty as well.
Yeah. So I guess that comes from the fact that my background before I started building websites is that I had a Bachelor of Business and I worked in advertising and marketing for 10 years. And then I've come to WordPress web design from that background. So I'm coming to it from not a tech background and not a full-on graphic design background, but rather looking at it as how to make it as user-friendly and as less jargon and manageable for the clients on a day-to-day basis as possible. So different approach, I think.
Yeah, and it really shows, because I think, so one of the sites, so people could have a look at it, would be mudmates.co.nz. It's a site for waterproofing. Another one would be squirtles.co.nz. They're good ones to see your work. I'm just like doing a bit of a plug for you there.
Wow.
But I think one of the things I really like about it is it is very easy. Like I work a lot with e-commerce clients, and there are sometimes I feel like people on websites put too many barriers up to make it hard for people to actually buy. What are some things that you've learned about e-commerce and selling e-commerce in terms of marketing on a website that's really important to consider?
I guess I treat the homepage like arriving at an intersection, and where are the signposts to get to where you want to go. I think some people get very carried away with the big beautiful imagery, and while landing and having it look beautiful is very important, it's also really important that it's really clear on where to go for what you want to do. So I'm really big on having like featured categories and top sellers and that sort of thing on the homepage. And the other thing that is really important to me, sorry, I'm going to cough.
That's fine. I feel like you're getting emotional now. That's really
it's really close to my heart. I'm very, very passionate about my clients owning their websites and being able to manage them to a point where, today's sale and tomorrow's sale and my new product is this, and empowering them with the skills to be able to do that themselves, so that they're always fresh and up to date and engaging with the customers who are coming back again and again, and not relying on outsourcing that and having to pay someone to do that every time. So I'm really strong on that, and running training sessions, like one-on-one training sessions, where we actually get into the back end of the website, doing a Zoom call and recording it so they can refer back to it, and training business owners how to own their website. That's really important to me.
So this is why I instinctively love you, because it's exactly how we do our marketing. I think it's so important for business owners to feel empowered to do those things. And if they grow to a point where they're getting someone else to do it, at least they know and understand how things work.
Yeah, and what's possible, and what is something that they can outsource easily to a VA, and what actually needs to be tech. There's different sides to things, but the way that I build my sites is, there's a lot of sites out there that are built quite code heavy and they're hard to edit. I build mine knowing that I want my clients to use them. So using drag and drop, column editors and things like that, it's really important, because if a client goes into the back of their website and they get scared or put off, that completely defeats the purpose of what I'm trying to do. So
I think that's really important. I work a lot with businesses who've got sold into a custom build, and there's a time and a place for custom builds. But for most small business owners, I find that they're so restricted in terms of making changes on the fly, with all the changes that happen all the time in a small business. It makes it really hard. So using a platform like WordPress and using WooCommerce on it makes it easier for people to be able to grow and scale, don't they, and develop as they move forward.
Yeah, and I've worked with other platforms when I was starting out, and what made me really want to specialize in WordPress is the ability to grab those extra plugins when you want to up the functionality of certain areas, or if your shipping gets quite complex, being able to do that, because there's so many restrictions that are in place in other places. Being able to add on that extra stuff as technology changes as well, like the ability to add on your afterpays and your lay-bys and things like that. Some platforms haven't got there yet. And being able to add the ones that you want, because there's a plugin there for it, just makes life so much easier when you're trying to run an online store.
And one of the things that we've worked together with a client is being able to sync your Facebook, your WooCommerce catalog to Facebook, and working with a business that's got a custom build, trying to work out how to do that is really complex. Whereas with the WooCommerce side, it's simply a plug and play. So then you can be adapting and using digital marketing more effectively alongside the website.
Making use of all the tools that are out there that customers are expecting.
So do you find, what are some things that you find are common, are there common misconceptions, do you think, or things that people aren't being aware of that you kind of having to educate them on around websites when they come to you, or people coming to you quite savvy?
I have a real mix, because I do the training and the non-jargon and that sort of things. I do have quite a lot of people who refer me to their friends who are scared of computers because of the approach that I take. Yeah, it's great. And being able to talk them through things and take away the fear is really lovely when you hear the relax on the phone and they know that they're in the right place. The other thing is that websites are never finished. We might launch a website and it goes live, but at no point can you go, website's live, I'll get on with the rest of my business now, because it's a core part of your business that needs to be updated as much as your window displays and your displays in a shop would be. It needs to be refreshed and interesting and kept up to date. So they're never finished, I guess, is the thing that is misconceived probably the most, that people kind of launch and leave.
Yeah, I think that's a really interesting one, because I work with a lot of businesses who have very high levels of customer service in store. So often the traditional retailers, so they have great in-store customer service and they do window displays and everything's beautiful. And then some of them, you go to their website and their website's static and they don't have that same behavior going on in store, and they wonder why they don't get as many online sales, or that does make a huge difference.
Yeah, and like you're saying, retailers have your Christmas stuff out, and then they have their New Year stuff out, and their Valentine's stuff out, and you need to treat your website like a shop. Like that front page above the fold when you first land, that's your shop window.
That's great. I love that.
And if people are walking past and seeing the same thing in your window every week, they're not going to look much longer. They want to see what's different. So, yeah, I think that's really important.
That's excellent. And I noticed on some of your sites you've got chat, and you've also got pop-ups. There's a big, obviously a lot of people often ask things like, should we do a pop-up? Do people want to have them? But what's your viewpoint on them? I mean, you might just be getting asked to do them, but what's your personal viewpoint on pop-ups?
There are good pop-ups and there are bad pop-ups.
Yeah, yours are pretty cute.
I think what's really important about a pop-up isn't necessarily even what it looks like, it's the control that you have over it. I use a plugin that enables you to set cookies on a plugin so that you can say only show it to somebody once a week.
That's
so
cool.
If someone is coming back, they're not getting it again and again and again. There's some pop-up plugins that will show it on every page of the website you visit, and nothing will put somebody off more.
That's really annoying.
Yeah, and once where you can delay when it shows or control if it will only pop up when you're going towards the X in the corner of the browser, or being able to only show it on particular pages or to particular visitors. Those pop-ups that are smart are awesome.
I love that. Yeah. And what about the chat side? Like, are you finding, is that, because I've seen it, is it using Facebook Messenger chat, or is it a different chat that you're using?
It's using Facebook Messenger chat.
Yeah.
So the clients that I've got who have got that, often small business owners, you want to step away from the computer and things like that. But the time when you're wanting to sit on the couch and watch TV with your family is the time when your customers are most likely sitting on their phone shopping, right?
That's so true.
So being able to have the Facebook Messenger there, if people have got questions while they're shopping, and it being able to just ping up on your phone and you can quickly answer them and get them across the line on someone who is perhaps sitting on the fence about a purchase, you're making more money while you've just got your phone beside you, doing whatever you want to do wherever you are, and just getting those people across the line who might be a bit questionable. The sales are going up as a result. There's less abandoned carts because people can ask the question that they've got. So,
that's awesome. Leah, is there anything else that you think people should consider when they're building a website? Like, do you need them to be pretty organized when they come and see you?
I think that if you can have your sort of package ready before you engage a web designer. So what I quite
really
often
good point.
What I quite often do is, I get approached by someone, they're like, I want a website, I want to do this, this, and this. I'm like, great, okay. So I'll do their quote and everything for them, but then I give them a to-do list and send them away. And it's things like, working with your graphic designer, getting your branding, your colours and your fonts down pat. If you're going to engage somebody like that, getting your photography done. Sites that have got proper professional photography are not only so much more powerful for your customers, they make me want to work on your website more.
Easily, definitely.
When I'm doing them. If I'm trying to make a website look amazing with some really second-rate photos, it can be really hard for me to feel proud of what I'm doing. And it's, if you replace that photo out, totally different website. Getting your content and working in with copywriters and getting your keywords and all that sort of stuff sorted, so that by the time I get this package of everything that I need that I've given on this to-do list, I can go in and not only put everything in correctly, it means that there's less editing time because I'm not having to go back and change the keywords or change all the photos out. It just, the turnaround on your project will be so much faster.
That makes so much sense. So that's quite interesting too, because what you've highlighted there is you really work on the design and development. So that other side of doing content or doing that product imagery or creative imagery, that's a separate thing, isn't it?
I know a lot of people bundle it.
Yes.
I specifically focus on getting the content, putting it into the website and making it work as well as I can.
Which I think is perfect, because I think where people go wrong in small business, which you're just highlighting, and it's exactly why we don't do websites anymore, and we get people like you to do them, is that we do the things that we do best, and it's very tempting for us to just chuck that in because someone wants it, and we've learned from that that's not a great idea.
Yeah, when I started out, I was trying to offer, social media management and SEO, and I was trying to make up some logos, and I wasn't giving the best of me to my clients.
Yeah.
And I was spreading myself too thin. So yeah, focusing on actually developing amazing websites and outsourcing those parts to other people who do their part amazing, you're going to end up with a better result.
And I will say, I said at the beginning, but I see a lot of websites. I run a course where we talk about how to make a good website, and over again, your websites stand out as being amazing ones. They are truly awesome. Could you want to give everyone a bit of a plug or tell everyone where to find you?
Sure. So my website is littlebizonline.co.nz, and I am based in Whangarei, so if anyone is in Northwood, you can come and see me. But I've got clients all over the country, and we do a lot of Zoom and a lot of phone calls. And
that's awesome.
Amazing work.
So awesome. Thank you so much for your time today, Leah. And I am going to be having a chat to my husband about us using you as well, because I think you're fantastic.
That's good.